Good morning, my name is Denzel, and today we are going to talk about the play As You Like It of William Shakespeare. As You Like It is a pastoral comedy written by William Shakespeare in 1599. In this play, William Shakespeare emphasizes on themes like love, usurpation, friendship, and reconciliation. But before explaining in the different situations in which we can see these terms, let us first of all introduce our characters. First of all, we have Duke Senior. But who is Duke Senior? Duke Senior is the father of one of our main characters in the story, which is Rosalind. And he is also the one who lost his dukedom to his brother, since his brother Duke Frederick usurpated his dukedom from him. By the way, as we are talking about Duke Frederick, who is Duke Frederick also? As already said, Duke Frederick is the one who usurpated Duke Senior dukedom and exiled him to the forest of Eden. But he will not only exile Duke Senior, he will also exile Duke Senior's daughter, who is Rosalind. And we should not forget that he is the father of Celia, who is the best friend of Rosalind. Now, let's talk about one of our main characters, Rosalind. Rosalind is the daughter of Duke Senior and the niece of Duke Frederick. She will be exiled by Duke Frederick to the forest of Eden, accompanied by Celia and Touchstone. Now, since I'm talking about Celia and Touchstones, who are they real? As I already said many times, Celia is Duke Frederick's daughter and Rosalind's best friend. She will accompany Rosalind to the forest of Eden during her exile, and Touchstone is the god fool who will propose himself to accompany them and make sure they are safe. Now let's talk about another major character, who is Orlando the Boys. The first thing to know about Orlando the Boys is that he is a member of the household of the deceased Orlando the Boys, and that his older brother Oliver the Boys forced him into exile. The second point is that he is in love with Rosalind, which is one of the major characters we are just talking about. After introducing our major characters, let's talk about the themes in the play. The first theme which I talked about at the beginning of this presentation was love, which is a major theme in this play. Since from the beginning we can follow how the love between Rosalind and Orlando is growing, and not only between Rosalind and Orlando, but also between other characters. The second theme is friendship, which we can see when Celia decides to follow her best friend Rosalind into exile. The third theme is usurpation, which we see at the beginning when Duke Frederick usurped his brother dukedom. There is also the theme of injustice, which we can see when Oliver the Boys forces his brother to exile himself to the forest of Eden after treating him unfairly for a long period of time. Finally, we have the theme of reconciliation, which can be seen at the end of the story when Orlando the Boys reconciles with his brother Oliver the Boys after saving him from a lioness, and Duke Frederick reconciles with Duke Senior and gives him back his dukedom. So, at the end of the story, we realize that except from the various themes that were brought up in the story, there are also some literary devices like allusions. For example, when Charles says that Duke Senior and his men live in the forest like old Robin Hood of England. There are also images, and one example is when Jack says that all the world is a stage. With irony like the one we can see in Act 1 Scene 3 and many other literary devices which are present in the story. To conclude, As You Like It is a play in which we follow the adventures and love stories of Orlando and Rosalind with their friends, and we also follow the interactions between the members of the bourgeoisie and the working class, which are the shepherds. And this part of different classes show us that there is a bit of a policy of machismo in the play of William Shakespeare. Finally, this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.